We will thrive.
Vaya, Wieser, there she is. How would you say it in the Austrian dialect?
What?
Hello? Servus.
Servus.
Servus from Kitzbühel, which is very important. So, Vaya is an inspiring NLP trainer. You are a speaker, you are a coach for emotional intelligence. You are also on the management board and the Academy Expert Council of the German Speaker Association with Peter Brandl. And you are also one of the leaders of the German Moderatorenverband, which is an organization for presenters like me. So thank you so much.
Whoa.
You're so talented and you are looking so good like the spring and you have so much to say. So we are really happy. We are really, really happy that you made your way from Austria here. And right now we want to listen to your beautiful speech. Vaya, Wieser.
Thank you. What a nice compliment that I'm looking great. I just washed my face doing new makeup on because we are since 19 hours on stream. And I'm very happy to be here and that Peter has made it happen because I was also responsible for the catering for our crew. So we are working very close together to make all this happen. And I'm very happy to be here. You see, it's night in Berlin. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, roundabout. And yeah, we are talking about the art of joy and how joy can bring energy to your life, optimism, and especially in that times of Corona. Several years ago, I did a very specific trainer education. It was called a trainer track. And it was not only about trainer skills, it was only one part, but it was about, being more flexible, adapting difficult circumstances, changing conditions, and also getting to the core of your personality. So on the one hand, we had our training situations in the normal workshop room, but part of this very crazy education was also the journeys to Asia. And we started with Thailand, a 4-week trip. And the amazing thing was that we were not able to travel together. So we just received a date and a location where we will meet in Bangkok. So for some of us, it was very difficult because it was the first time they left their country. I was very lucky because I was so often in Asia before. And the whole trip had a specific choreography. So in the beginning, we had a big celebration, a New Year's celebration at a 5-star luxury hotel, and it was amazing. But from day to day, the amenities getting lower and lower and lower, what meant that we made experiences sleeping on the wooden floor, washing ourselves on rain barrels. And yeah, it was very... Oh, I just get some advice from Janine. So you see me better like this? Okay, great. Much more? Is that the point? Are you happy with me, Janine? Perfect, thank you. I missed that one. And it was really, really difficult because as a Middle European, you are used to have some luxury. And then we had a stayover in a specific little village from Koreans. Koreans is a tribe from South Asia. And they were persecuted for several years in Myanmar. And so many of them fled to Thailand. And they are not very appreciated there. The most of them not even have papers. So we spend the time there. And they have no sanitary facilities, for example. So we were forced to wash us in the cold river. At the worst night, we came to a lodge. And I realized that it's the first time since several weeks that we have really space, that we have really, real beds with fresh white linen. And we've been 20 participants, 17 guys and 3 girls. And I was so happy to have after such a long time, to be with the girls just in one bungalow, to have a private and intimacy atmosphere. So I entered and I was amazed. It was pure luxury. And there was a window front with an enchanting balcony and with such an incredible view. I was just happy. And then I realized there's a bathroom. First time. I was a little bit anxious because I thought, okay, washing again just from a pit? No. There was a, you know how you call where you can wash your hands? You know what I mean. And there was also a shower. And I was so curious if there's a possibility to have some warm water. It was there. Oh my God. And then my colleague entered the bungalow. She just entered, went to the window front, opened it, looked critically around and said, if there would be chairs, it would be nice here. So to have a feeling of happiness in your life is not for everybody normal. Some people came to the world and they are just smiling, like my son. He is always happy. But others have struggles with this. And I was not always as happy as that time in Thailand when I was just so, how shall I tell it, about warm water. When I was a young lady, I was really miserable. In my family, it was clear that I need to study. We had this if-then thing. If you study, then you're successful. If you're successful, then you're happy. So for me, it was very difficult because when teachers started to talk, I fall asleep all the time. So it was a torture to get my A levels. But it was clear I will study. So I studied 5 subjects: drama, journalism, sciences, art, history, and I was on 3 social academies in 3 cities. And then I dropped it. So I realized, because if I study, then I'm successful, then I'm happy. I realized that my life is ruined before it really started. If you ever have called your parents to tell them you've dropped a university, you know what does that mean. So, for my new start, I had really struggles. What shall I do? And then I realized, okay, when I was a child, I was very passionate for cooking. And I said, okay, why not? I got an apprenticeship as a cook. So I hang on all the dreams of being successful, of being happy, of being everything. I just started to work in a kitchen. My mother still erased that time. But that's normal. Parents want to do the best for their children. They want to have the best for their children. And so a lot of children grow up with this fucking if-then. If you're rich, then you're free. If you're beauty, then you can get what you want. If you are successful, then you're happy. But the higher you hang on to success, more far away is happiness. So in the kitchen, I started to relax because my life was ruined anyway. And something amazing happened. I realized that I had fun. I loved to cook. I loved to work in a team. And the next thing I realized that I suddenly had much more energy. I mean, I was clear that I was a young lady without energy, introverted, without any possibility to go further with education. And then I realized, with training and more training, I became one of the best cooks in the team. This was far beyond the knowledge of positive psychology, and that you can learn to be an optimism, and that you can learn to be lucky. It was just an experience. And so I go ahead, and with this more energy, with this optimism, with this freeness, a lot of things happened to my aura. What meant suddenly I was visible in a 5-star luxury hotel. And this opened door. So I became successful, but just because I learned to be happy, just because I did the things I really loved to do. What does this mean to Corona? I mean, I'm clear. I'm doing trainings, speakings, and Janine made a big introduction. But to be honest, I have 100% cancellation. But what I've learned from my life, that even deeper crisis, it was optimism who always helped me. So one of the most important things is to let joy in your life. Because being happy is somehow, how you see your life. It's like a lens you look through. And if people have problems to be happy because they are more critical, it's not so easy to just tell them be happy. They will do and cannot make it. But joy is the key. And especially now. I have no idea what I will do next month. I don't have even an idea what I will do next week. And I'm responsible for my family. So my income is the most important thing to keep my family on a specific level. We have 2 children. And my husband is in a deep struggle because his company is very young. What can we do? I tell you. I'm working every day. And at lunchtime, I'm cooking. And my son is just sitting on a table and he's so thankful. Oh, mommy, it tastes so delicious. Even we are in a deep crisis, we have our routines. Even we have struggles with our 2 companies. We have a very good atmosphere at home. The most important thing is to keep the joy, to enjoy all the little moments. And the more you enjoy the little moments, the more you have access to happiness. And the good thing on that is that joy helps to bring dopamine in your brain. And it's like someone is turning the light on. You're creative, you're optimistic, you have much more energy. You see options and challenges and not problems. And so for us, it's not only to how to survive and how to keep our companies. For my husband and me, one of the most important things who are leading us through this time is being a role model for our children, how to get through a crisis. With optimism, with routines, and with being joyful and friendly to each other. And if you're parents, please always keep in mind, you have observers around you. Because crises are always in our life. It's just this one who is collective. But to be honest, how many crises you've been in? before. So keep in mind, the more you stay positive, the more power you have. And to integrate and cultivate joy in all these little moments will help you to go through this. And I wish you all the best. And I'm so happy because now we will listen to a nice song. It's a song from Esther Nico. And I just received an advice to speak 1 minute more. And I will give a shit on it. Because I don't know what will happen the next minute. I don't know what will happen the next day. And I don't know what will happen the next week. The only thing I know for sure is that I and my family and we all will thrive.